Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel. Episode 236. Feels real weird filming this on Leap Day, the weird day of the year that only comes around every 4 years. And considering the next time this is going to be happening is 2028, you better embrace it because I have no clue if I'm even going to still make videos in 2028. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But anywho, so yesterday was a pretty busy day when it comes to news. A lot went down, a lot happened via Paramount because they announced a bunch of stuff during their earnings call or whatever. So yeah, we have plenty to discuss, but we might as well go over the news that came out way before then, a couple days before then. That was Bad Boys 4. This was Monday, right? Yes, Monday. So let's just talk about this first to get it over with. I thought about making a video just about this, but I was like, it's not that serious. I mean, it's only like a week, you know, its date changed by a week. It's supposed to come out the 14th, June 14th. Now it's coming out June 7th. So literally it got pushed up a week. So not exactly the most exciting news, but I do find it interesting they haven't delayed it. I mean, the fact that, well, forget a trailer or a poster or anything. We don't even have a name for this movie. Like, it's still untitled technically, but it's Bad Boys 4. Although one makes me think they really should have used the Bad Boys for Life title for this instead of Bad Boys 3. They should have just called Bad Boys 3 something else, or just Bad Boys 3, and then Bad Boys 4 can be called Bad Boys for Life. That would have made more sense. Or I guess they could call Bad Boys 4 Bad Boys Forever, just because. But I don't know. So Bad Boys 4 is now going up head to head with The Crow. Seems like a weird choice. uh, to action movies. Granted, they're different action movies, but still, action movies going up head to head feels like a kind of a bad decision. But this is what they want to do, and apparently, I guess they didn't want to. Bad Boys 4 didn't want to deal with Inside Out 2. It was saying here that they think Inside Out 2 will be massive. I'm not too sure about that. Because as you know, Disney and Pixar, they have not been doing great recently. Last year was a pretty big shit show, to say the least, for the Disney brand. I don't know if 2024 is going to change that. We'll see. But I guess you don't want to have two big movies open at the same time, even though we literally had that last year with Barbie and Oppenheimer, and both did spectacular on the same day. So it can be done. So, and besides, it's not like Bad Boys 4 and Inside Out 2 share the same audience. So they wouldn't even hurt each other that much. So this date, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But this is what Sony decided to do. And as we all know, Sony, they only make the right choices. I mean, look at Madam Web, for example. So, so this happened Monday, and I decided to wait until more stuff, went down before I would, actually make a cancel episode. And man, yesterday, Paramount did not disappoint me. They announced a bunch of stuff yesterday as part of their earnings call that they did. So there's quite a bit here. So the first thing that's listed here is a Naked Gun reboot, which will star Liam Neeson. That's supposed to be coming out July 18th, 2025. And I'm just like, okay, then. I mean, I know Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen. I mean, that's considered like a classic. People love those movies to death. Well, there's parts of those movies. I think, was O.J. Simpson in those movies? I think he was. That was before, the whole murder happened. And we don't need to go over that. But yeah, making a reboot to something like that, you're playing a very dangerous game. Like you're kind of asking for trouble, especially rebooting Naked Gun. But having Liam Neeson star in it is very interesting because Liam Neeson, when you think of Liam Neeson, you don't think of comedy. That's not the first thing you think of. You think of action movies, dramas, or hell, even sci-fi with Star Wars. Mostly action though. That's been his bread and butter for like the past feels like 2 decades. Well, decade and a half, really. But doing this, I mean, it's a nice change of pace. Not doing his 5,000th action movie, and like all those movies, they kind of just blend in together. So, I mean, that's nice, I guess. And now that I think about Liam Neeson, maybe he could work in comedy because I think it was in Ted 2. So like a clip of him, like a scene where it was like him and like tricks. And the thing is, like Liam Neeson was still like super serious, but it just worked like in a comedic setting. Like his ultra serious vibe works in both serious movies and comedic movies. It just works. So I don't know how to feel about this. I have no connection to Naked Gun. I never seen any of the movies. I know. I can feel you all being angry at me, but look, there are plenty of movies I've yet to see. There's too many, and the chances of me actually watching them all is hella slim. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. Maybe it'll surprise me. Maybe it'll be another shit reboot. I don't know. We will see, I guess. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this musical movie, Better Man, which is going to be in limited release on Christmas Day of this year, and then it'll expand next January, January 17th. So it's getting that classic, I guess, award season treatment where you start limited to gain momentum, and then once it has enough momentum, you expand wide, and hopefully there's an explosion of sorts. Feels like that's what they're doing with Better Man. I have no thoughts on that, so we're gonna move on again. But apparently Paramount spent 25 million on this thing just to acquire it. I mean, that's a lot of money you're throwing at a movie. So they must have some serious faith in this thing. They're willing to spend that much. Then for March next year, there's Novocaine. Okay. And there's like a little synopsis here. It's apparently a high concept action movie which follows a sheltered bank executive with a rare genetic condition that prevents him from feeling pain. When his bank is robbed and one of his co-workers is kidnapped, he is forced to act and turn his greatest liability into his greatest strength. Again, no thoughts. It's just I have nothing to work with here. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll just be a whatever movie. I don't know. I have no clue. We'll see, I guess. Next up, we have Vicious, and that's coming out August 8th of 2025. And this one has a synopsis. After a late night visitor leaves her with a strange present, a young woman must spend the night fighting for her existence as she slips down a disturbing rabbit hole contained inside the gift. Not exactly sure what that means. I don't know if it's like a metaphor thing or it's like literally something like literally is going on. I don't know. But I have no thoughts on that. Paw Patrol 3, I mentioned this a while back. It had a 2026 release year, but now it has a date, July 30th, 1st, 2026. So all you Paw Patrol fans, stands out there, imagine this is great news for you. You only gotta wait 2 more years officially. So yeah, good for you. But now for a movie I actually give a shit about. The movie that I will no doubt watch. And that's, well, it's called TMNT 2, but it's Mutant Mayhem 2. Let's just call it that. So Mutant Mayhem 2, that will be coming out October 9th, 2026. So a good 3-year gap between the first and the second, which is, you know, reasonable for a sequel. And yeah, I'm excited about this one. Mutant Mayhem I thought was quite good. I like the world they set up. There's a lot of possibilities they can, do. They set up a lot of interesting scenarios of how that movie ended. And yeah, and I think they want to, yeah, they definitely want to put Shredder in the sequel, and I'm hoping like they do Shredder some serious justice. So yeah, it does, you know, it really sucks to wait for a movie that you really want to watch like for like a long time. Like if it's sort of a movie I don't care about, then like whatever. But if it's a movie I actually want to see, and I gotta wait like well over 2 years, it's gonna sting a little bit. But you know what? I can handle it. Okay, because these movies take time. Okay, you can't just pump them out. Like they take time, and I gotta respect that. But hey, I mean, we are getting that Tales of the TMNT show on Paramount Plus this summer, which is definitely gonna bridge that gap a little bit between Mutant Mayhem and its sequel. So for all you Ninja Turtle fans out there, I mean, this year we got a new show. I mean, I kind of wish it was Rise season 3, but it is what it is. But at least we have another show to look forward to, and to make the wait time between the Mutant Mayhem movies sting a little less. So yeah, but yeah, that's all the Paramount news that happened yesterday. And then one more thing, this happened only like a few hours ago, like midday yesterday, and that's The Watchers. It moved its date. Well, basically, Bad Boys 4 and The Watchers, they swapped dates. So The Watchers was supposed to come out June 7th, but then Bad Boys 4 took that date, and The Crow. So The Watchers decided to move to the next week, June 14th, which is where Inside Out 2 is. So yeah, there's a good old switcheroo. And with this, I don't know how to really feel. I mean, I know there's a trailer out. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there has to be a trailer. I know there's like a poster, but yeah, I know this is from M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, not M. Night Shyamalan, but his daughter, his kid. So I'm interested to see how that goes. I'm hoping she has a little bit of talent. It isn't just solely nepotism. That's what I'm hoping for. I really don't want another After Earth situation. Okay, where that movie was made to be a vehicle for Jaden Smith, and it failed miserably. I don't want to go through that again. Although this is different. This is like from filmmaking. It's not like she's gonna be on camera. At least I don't think. Because sometimes M. Night Shyamalan, he puts himself in his own movies as basically glorified cameos. But yeah, I don't know. I need to see a trailer before I can really judge it. But yeah, that's really it. Yeah, so that's all that happened recently. So now it's time to play that game. What will happen next? I didn't really predict. I couldn't like possibly predict any of the stuff that I just talked about. So yeah, but okay. So February is over. Been over. March is about to start, and hopefully the box office can finally come back to life, like truly come back to life with Doom Part 2. And then the rest of March, Kung Fu Panda 4, March 15th, that's just a dead weekend pretty much. And then Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and then Godzilla X Kong New Empire. Like things will look really good. And then April, things will go very bad very fast. But yeah, you got April here, all these movies coming out. April 19th looks like it's going to be miserable for me of all those movies. And then you got May. May, nothing else really to say about May. I'm surprised. Like no movie wants to take that May 31st date. Why? Why not? I don't get it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, why not put a movie there? Like post Memorial Day. Well, post Memorial Day could be like a great time to release a movie. Look what happened last year. Across the Spider Verse came out, both out like 120 million. Like, come on. like, like I don't. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. But now you got June. The Watchers. That's now on the 14th. And June looks okay ish. I mean, it shouldn't be as embarrassing as last June where you had Spider Verse making money and then everything else losing money. um, Hopefully it won't be as bad as that, but June it can still be a little better. At the end of the day, and then you got July, which is still very empty, just not a whole lot going on. I mean, you got some big movies. You got Despicable Me 4, you got Deadpool and Wolverine. Those two movies could theoretically be billion-dollar movies. But still, July, four movies the whole month. Come on. You can't do that. You got to do better. You need more depth. Way more depth. And then you got August. I know Borderlands got a trailer. I have yet to see it. So I don't know how it looks. I've seen images, but I don't know how it looks truly. I do know that I've heard being compared to Guardians. It has a strong Guardians of the Galaxy influence. And sometimes that's a good thing, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, that had a strong Guardians influence. And that movie's quite good. But then Suicide Squad 2016 had that same influence, and that was ugh. So I'm hoping this is more the former than the latter. Okay. That's all I'm hoping for. Then you got the rest of August, which is kind of whatever. Then you got September. Then you got October. Then November. Then December. It feels like a mistake to have Moana 2 and Wicked, two musical movies, opening at the same time. Feels like a bad choice, but we'll see if that changes or not. But then you got Sonic 3. That's my movie in 2024. Probably next to Deadpool and Wolverine. um, So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then you got all these movies that are still in the ether that some will definitely come out and some just won't. Yeah, this just won't at all. And wait, is Better Man? Did I talk about that one? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, like that's now like late 2024 and really 2025, but yeah, that's the one I just talked about, right? I kind of uh I'll be the judge. See if yes, it is that. No Beyond the Spider-Verse news. That stings quite a bit. Um ugh. But one day we'll know what's going on with it. One day. We'll we'll know one day. And then you got 2025. You got January here. You got February here. You got March, April, May, June, July, and then you got August, September, October, November, and December. Some of the Paramount movies, they're not here yet. They haven't been added yet, but they will, I imagine, soon. And we might as well look over 2026 just to see if they popped up here. No Paw Patrol 3, no Mutant Mayhem 2, not yet anyway. Well, it's there. It's during 2026, but it's not like it's not listed as like a date yet, but it should soon enough. But yeah, that's what the next few years look like. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos on, more cancel episodes. There's now 236 episodes, so you got plenty to choose from. So you want to watch any of them from beginning to now. You want to binge them all from beginning to now. I highly encourage you to do that, so go do it. There's also the box office predictions. I predict box office for movies. This Friday, I do Dune Part 2. Very much looking forward to that. So stay tuned. But if you want to watch any of the past prediction videos of Man on the channel, you can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. February recap, that should come out next week. And man, February February was so depressing, man. It was just a month to erase. There's like one positive thing to say about it. Everything else just nah. So yeah. Stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos of Man on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.